Elon Musk is once again stirring global attention, this time with a bold prediction that has far-reaching implications. He believes that Betelgeuse, one of the largest and most closely observed stars in our galaxy, could explode in just 2 weeks. This forecast isn't just about distant cosmic fireworks. Musk suggests that the effects of this stellar event might reach much closer to home, specifically pointing to potential impacts across regions like New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. Scientists have been monitoring Betelgeuse for years, intrigued by its irregular behavior. However, Musk's sudden claim about an imminent explosion and its timeline has left many puzzled and curious. What knowledge does he possess that others may not? Could we really be just days away from witnessing one of the most powerful events in the universe? Betelgeuse, a red supergiant star, is one of the brightest objects in the night sky. It sits in the Orion constellation, and if you've ever looked up and noticed a reddish glow on Orion's shoulder, that's Betelgeuse. Despite its calm appearance from Earth, this star is a monster, about 700 times larger than our Sun. Musk, alongside a few experts, believes that it could be on the verge of a supernova, an astronomical explosion that could light up our sky in a way we've never seen before. Although Musk's statement might seem dramatic, discussions about Betelgeuse's instability have been active in the scientific community for quite some time. Its odd dimming cycles have caught the eyes of astronomers. A particularly striking moment occurred between late 2019 and early 2020, when the star dimmed so significantly that it was visibly fainter even without a telescope. That led to widespread speculation that Betelgeuse could be nearing the end of its life. Still, no scientists had put a specific deadline on a possible explosion until Musk did. His claim of a 2-week timeline has transformed scientific curiosity into global anticipation. Some experts, like renowned theoretical physicist Michio Kaku, have also weighed in. Kaku agrees that Betelgeuse may be on the brink of a supernova, but he adopts a more cautious view. He believes it's likely to happen soon in cosmic terms, though not necessarily within days or weeks, and doubts it would have a serious impact on Earth. So, what happens when a star like Betelgeuse goes supernova? In short, it's the spectacular collapse of a massive star at the end of its life. Once it runs out of fuel, gravity wins the internal battle, and the core collapses. This collapse causes a colossal explosion, which can release more energy in a matter of seconds than our Sun will emit in its entire lifetime. If Betelgeuse does explode, it could become so bright that we might be able to see it even during the day. The event would be visible in the night sky for weeks or even months, appearing brighter than the full moon. But Elon Musk's warning takes the conversation in a different direction, one that's a bit more unsettling. He claims that the explosion might have direct consequences for Earth. According to him, the release of high-energy radiation, such as gamma rays and cosmic rays, could affect our atmosphere. In particular, he points to potential disruptions in specific U.S. regions like New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. The concern is that this radiation could interfere with satellite systems, power grids, and even pose health risks under certain conditions. That might sound like the plot of a sci-fi disaster movie, but context is important. Betelgeuse is roughly 640 light-years away, a considerable distance by any measure. Most astronomers agree that this distance provides a buffer against any catastrophic threat. Radiation weakens as it travels, and by the time it reaches us, its intensity is expected to be significantly reduced. Still, Betelgeuse is no ordinary star. It's one of the most studied and well-known celestial objects, thanks in part to its location in Orion, a constellation steeped in myth and visible from most parts of Earth. Because of its size and age, scientists have long considered Betelgeuse a prime candidate for going supernova. Yet even with decades of data, predicting the exact timing of such an event is extremely difficult. Stars don't operate on human schedules. Betelgeuse could explode tomorrow, or it might continue burning for another 100,000 years. The unusual dimming event in late 2019 led to new theories. Some researchers attributed it to surface activity or dust clouds, while others took it as a possible signal that the end is near. The star began to brighten again in early 2020, but the speculation didn't stop. The fluctuations could be normal for a supergiant star, or they might be warnings of an impending explosion. Predicting a supernova is a monumental challenge. Still, Musk's recent statements suggest he believes some critical shift has occurred. Perhaps new data has been gathered, or certain observations haven't yet been made public. He seems convinced this is more than random fluctuation and that we are on the cusp of a major cosmic event. If Betelgeuse really is 2 weeks away from exploding, we may first observe more erratic dimming and brightening. If it does go supernova, the night sky would transform dramatically. It would dominate the sky for weeks and become one of the brightest objects seen from Earth, rivaling or even surpassing the brightness of the full moon. It would be an unforgettable spectacle. However, a supernova doesn't just bring light, it brings radiation. Gamma rays, in particular, are extremely energetic and can affect Earth's atmosphere and magnetic field. This can lead to real-world consequences, interference with satellites, GPS systems, and electrical infrastructure. Musk's suggestion that it could cause disruptions in areas like New York isn't entirely impossible, though it is more extreme than most experts expect. While most scientists remain calm about the potential risks, they do agree that a nearby supernova could affect Earth's upper atmosphere. It could lead to temporary blackouts or communication issues if the radiation is intense enough. The biggest concerns are for our satellite technology, which is vulnerable to cosmic interference. These systems play a vital role in our daily lives, from smartphone navigation to weather tracking and even financial transactions. A powerful burst of radiation could cause temporary outages or errors across multiple networks. Another factor to consider is cosmic rays, high-energy particles released in a supernova. Although our planet's magnetic field protects us from most of these particles, a small fraction can still reach the surface. This might slightly raise radiation levels, which could be a concern for people who spend a lot of time at high altitudes, such as pilots or astronauts. While it's unlikely to cause immediate health effects, long-term exposure could increase the risk of certain health conditions, including cancer. It's also important to note that not all scientists agree on the level of threat Betelgeuse poses to Earth. Some argue that even if the star were to explode, its vast distance would shield us from the worst effects. Others take a more cautious approach, acknowledging that while we're likely safe, there's still room for unknown variables. The idea that radiation from the explosion could trigger widespread technological disruption isn't out of the realm of possibility. It's just not the most likely outcome. Ultimately, the real significance of a Betelgeuse supernova lies in its scientific value. If it explodes, it would be the first time in modern history that humanity observes such a powerful event in real time. Astronomers around the globe would scramble to collect data using everything from ground-based telescopes to orbiting observatories. This explosion would provide a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to study how stars die, how elements are formed, and how supernovae contribute to the creation of new stars and planets. As the days pass and the 2-week window suggested by Musk approaches, all eyes, both human and mechanical, will remain fixed on Betelgeuse. Whether or not Musk's prediction comes true, the anticipation is already fueling a renewed interest in one of the sky's most mysterious giants. The universe rarely offers us front-row seats to its most dramatic events. But if this one plays, Out as predicted, it will be an astronomical show that captivates not just scientists, but all of humanity.